if you're whining about how much money you're going to make at a charity event, you shouldn't be doing it. So this episode opens up with Phaedra getting some things together for her overnight camp that she's going to be sending some children who are affected by the Flint water crisis. And she's also preparing for her charity event as well. And her beautiful son Aiden is helping, and that boy is so adorable. I always say that Phaedra did such a good job with that boy. He is so cute and polite and smart. I let a little boy. Anyway, Cynthia calls and she has like a million questions about the charity event. My issue here is, why didn't you ask these questions before you said yes? Do not commit to anything. And then like 24 hours before the project or event that you said that you were going to do, don't call the person who's putting it together, who's already stressed to the max, and ask them a million questions about the event. I've had a problem with all the ladies concerning this charity event throughout this entire episode because it just really bothers me, the entitled attitude that they're taking when working or helping out with the charity. We'll get into that later. Then we head on over to Sheree, and she's looking for like wallpaper, I think. I didn't pay much attention to this scene because I'm literally over the house wars. I'm over it. I mean, personally, I've never built a house from scratch, you know what I mean? I've only rented them. Okay, I've never even owned a home, so I don't know the logistics or the timing of this. But I do feel like it's taking her a very long time to like build and get in this house or mansion. So I don't know. Is this normal? I just feel like she's been building this house forever. I feel like I went to college and graduated and moved to LA and lived some life, and she was still building this house. I feel like it's been a long time. Is this normal? Marlo shows up because homegirl is going to try to get a peach. I don't care what Bravo makes her look like a fool every time she comes on, but Marlo does not care. She wants to get on this show, and I think at some point you guys should just make her a housewife. This is why I think Marlo should become a housewife, because Marlo will do anything to stay relevant and on this show. You need somebody like that who will just turn up and do what needs to happen to take the season up a notch, because all of the ladies I feel have become so comfortable in their positions and in their Bravo paychecks. I feel like a lot of the storylines are stale and uber fake, but I feel like Marlo will drop some real tea, damage a real friendship. Whatever she has to do to get on the show, I think she will do it. It's sad, it's desperate, but it's good TV. Marlo and Sheree start discussing Kenya, and I feel like these two, if Marlo stays on, I feel like these two are going to gang up and become like this force against Kenya. I feel like that's going to happen. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's going to happen because Marlo just randomly popped up. She's supposed to be helping, Sheree decorate her home, but it was so forced and fake and ridiculous, and I'm just like, oh, she's here because Sheree needs some backup for Kenya. Ugh. Marlo was it. Anyway, they start discussing Kenya, and Marlo thinks that Kenya is fake, and I agree. I don't know what else to say. I do agree. She also feels like Kenya is a social climber. I agree. She also feels like Kenya dropped her like a hot potato when she became friends with Nene again. I agree. I think that everything that Marlo is saying is the truth. I feel like the issues that she has with Kenya is issues that she needs to look at herself for. I feel like Marlo and Kenya are the same person, and they became friends because they move in the same circle and they have the same mentality. I feel like they're both fake. I feel like they're both social climbers, and they'll both do what they need to do to get ahead. So Kenya used Marlo to get at Nene. When Kenya and Nene became close again, she did what she had to do. She dropped Marlo because at the end of the day, Nene is more higher on the social ladder than Marlo. So she got right in place and in position with the person that she needed to be in good graces with. Sorry, Marlo, you not popping like Nene. It is what it is. She did what she had to do. Then we get this Kenya and Matt storyline again. Listen, I am not going to talk about this storyline. I'm not. I'm so done because I told you before in the last one. I feel like it is fake. I feel like it is overproduced. I don't like how this dude who got some issues is being just pimped out on this reality TV show. I do not like Kenya faking this domestic violence relationship, because I feel a certain way because I don't believe this storyline, and it puts some guilt in me because I feel like I'm not siding with an abused woman. But there's something about her and this storyline that is so fake and so forced. I can't stand alongside her, and I can't champion her because I don't believe it. And I hate that, because domestic violence is something that you should not play with. And as a woman, I stand alongside any woman who has been in an abusive relationship, or whether verbal or physical or mental, whatever. I stand next to any woman who has ever endured that. And, you are my sisters. I will fight for you. I just don't believe this storyline, and I hate it because it's it's a subject that you just should not play with. It's not something to be mocked. That's what it is. I feel like Kenya is mocking domestic violence with this fake relationship that nobody believes. Nobody believes. I used to feel bad because I didn't believe it, but then I go on Twitter and I'm not alone. Although I do find it highly questionable that Kenya can call Portia this deranged, crazed woman who needs anger management because she popped upside the head for antagonizing her. Yet she won't get a restraining order, and she won't leave Matt alone, who is this big black incredible Hulk who busts out all of her windows because he hates her. Yet Portia is the one who needs anger management. Okay. So Cynthia is finally moving out of her house into the lake house, but she might not be getting the lake house because of some appraisal issues. But I mean, if you follow her on Instagram, or if you've seen anything about the Real Housewives of Atlanta on Twitter, you know that she moved into the lake house. So, I mean, I don't know why they kept this in because she got the house, but I guess she got to go chronological. Cynthia and Kenya go over to Candy's because earlier in the scene that I do not want to cover, Cynthia called Candy, not the police, but Candy, about Matt busting out her windows and saying that she doesn't feel safe. And Candy was just like, well, if you want to, you can come and stay here. She said that, but she didn't mean it, because Kenya popped up with Cynthia. And I found that kind of rude. If somebody says that you can stay with them, you don't bring a roommate. Like, what? But anyway, Candy didn't really mean it, so it doesn't really matter. She was like, oh, you really coming to stay with me? Oh, Candy, don't ever change. But anyway, so while they're there discussing whether or not they're going to stay with Candy, they start discussing the charity event. And I told you earlier, this really, really bothers me because I'm not going to say that I'm like this highly charitable person. I could give more. I could do more. But I do take this kind of stance with charity. You're either all in or you're not in. I even take offense to the ladies arguing a percentage. Like, if you're going to ask for all proceeds or a portion of the proceeds, don't do it. Like, you obviously can't give charity if you need something back. And I was just really bothered by this scene because they were like trying to be catty about Phaedra giving them the particulars of the charity event. And it was just like, why say yes to it? Like, why do it if you're going to be if you're going to have these issues with the particulars? And why didn't you say anything first? I'd never say yes to anything that I am not sure about. You know what I mean? I ask questions first. I go back. I spend some time on it. I look over things. If it's a contract, I send it to a lawyer. There are things that you're doing, especially if you're business women. These women look so unprofessional on this show, and they're supposed to be these business, especially with Candy. They have great businesses, but they look extremely unprofessional on this show by the choices that they make concerning their business. Then it's time for the charity event, and this was actually my favorite scene of the episode because the women were getting along and having a really good time, and I miss that. Like, of course, this is a TV show, so there needs to be some drama, but I miss two things. I miss them getting along and having a good time and just laughing and having fun like women do, and I also miss seeing them working you know what I mean, or being bosses within their industries or within their jobs or within their businesses. I miss that. I like seeing Phaedra doing this charity event. I like seeing her do things like that, but I wish we could see them more at work, not with gossiping employees, but like more like doing some work, making decisions, you know, going toe to toe with men, killing it in the boardroom, you know, doing more philanthropy, going into the community. I just wish I could see those things as well. I wish the good could balance the bad drama. I wish we could have more of that, but I really did like this scene. I even liked, and I know I'm hoping for something that probably will never happen, but I love singing Candy and Phaedra just be cordial. You know, I even love them showing up in pink and hugging. I don't know. I really have hope for that friendship. I know it's probably done, but I'm always going to keep hope alive. Kenya is going around being really catty at other people's booths. See, I've never been able to say that. Booths? Like, I can say booth. I can't say booths. Booths and drawer. Like, I've never been able to say drawer. I have to think about it. So, drawer. I have to think about it. I can't just be like, yo, and she picked me out of the drawer. I don't know why she... Anyway. Anyway, Kenya is just being messy, and she's going and talking about other people's sections. And I took some offense to that, because I'm like, it's a charity event. Just play nice for once, Kenya. Let me just address this real hair, fake hair drama that Kenya always tries to start. She's been doing this since she was Miss USA, Miss America, I don't know, Miss Walmart. I don't know what her title is, but she's been doing that since back in the day. And it's so bothersome. Some women wear their real hair. Some women wear extensions or weaves or bundles, whatever. Some women wear both. What's the problem? I hate the fact that she takes this superiority complex over wearing her real hair, because I also feel like she's taking this complex of, I'm a black woman who's dark skinned and I have perceived Caucasian hair. I feel like that's where she's coming from with that, because it's this superiority that is just so unnecessary. Like, nobody is saying anything about your hair. Nobody cares, to be quite honest, but she always takes this stance that is so like, oh, I'm above those girls who wear fake hair. And it's disgusting. It's a woman's choice to do whatever she wants with her hair. It is her crown. It is her glory. It is her accessory. If she wants to wear it natural, if she wants to wear it in a weave, do you. If she wants to shave it all off and rock different colors, go ahead on, girl, do you. This real hair, fake hair mess it has got to stop, and Kenya just fuels that, and I hate it. Also, stop lying. Oh, if you want to wear horse hair, first of all, don't nobody wear horse hair, so stop that right now. It's synthetic or it's real hair. Sit all the way down. Don't nobody do that. Peter will shut you down if you even try. So stop that lie. And then you also need to stop this lie that you're wearing your real hair. We know good and well that you're wearing some tracks, some extensions. Yes, you have nice hair. Your hair is long, beautiful, whatever, but you also wear something to fill that out. So don't play. You ain't better than nobody. Marlo shows up, and I'm telling you, as soon as Marlo shows up, Kenya gets right into action. Like, Marlo had Kenya shook. So I don't know the conversations that those two have had or how much tea they have spilled between each other, but all I know is that whatever Kenya has said to Marlo, she don't want it to get out, because I'm telling you, she was visibly like shaking when Marlo sashayed through the door. And then as soon as she could get to Marlo, she tried to get to her to make it right, because whatever Kenya said or did, she don't want messy Marlo dropping none of her nuggets, telling none of her business, or exposing her on this show, because she knows how messy Marlo is, and the viewers do too. So anyway, she tried to apologize. She knew exactly what Marlo was pissed about. I was just like, oh, Marlo got some receipts on Kenya, because if you have beef with a person, and you're done. Like, you don't try to like make it work. Like, Kenya was trying to, like, before Marlo could speak, she was trying to get that right. So I was just like, ooh, Marlo got some tea. I told y'all, they bring her back because she good TV. Charity wraps up, and it actually was pretty good, you know. I will say this, it's always weird, and I said this about Love and Hip Hop. They always have events or parties or charity events or functions, and it's always empty. I was surprised that, like, kind of celebrities these ladies from the show couldn't get more people to this charity event. Was it last minute? Or I honestly think that these shows put a cap on how many people can come to an event because of safety. I think maybe that's what it is, because I don't want to think that people are not interested. That's just so weird to me for them to have like millions of views and then like 40 people show up to a charity event or anything that they have. It's never packed. It wraps up and everybody's giving their tally. Candy did 50-50. Bedroom Candy cleaned up. Let me tell you something. Women may not want to weave. They may not want some conditioner for their hair, but they want a sex toy. Because Bedroom Candy cleaned up. And so she gave Phaedra's charity half of what she made. And the Bravo editors are so shady because Candy was the only one who said how much she was going to give, and they was in that check. But everybody else was saying what they will give, and them shady Bravo editors gonna put under each person a banner. So Portia's like, I'm giving you 100% of my profits. No tea, no shade. Portia did have a reaction like it was a lot of money. And $1,000 is a lot, but I'm just saying the way she acted, I was like, oh my goodness, Portia made about 6 G's. Okay, thank you for giving 100% of your profits, Portia. That's how you do charity. And then they was putting a banner under what everybody gave. And then we get to Kenya Moore. Ain't nobody want no more hair products. She gave $450. Shady Bravo editors. Shady. Because y'all didn't have to say what anybody make or what anybody gave. But y'all so shady, y'all gonna clock everybody's receipts on this charity event and tell the viewers. Messy. Messy, messy, messy. Bravo, bravo. Bravo! This episode closed out in the cutest way with little Aiden going up to Cynthia and just like, where's my money? Listen, Cynthia, you're not going to walk out there with them cookies without giving that baby his money. Because he wanted to give money to them kids in Flint and in Africa. Phaedra has the best kids. I love her kids. So the episode wraps up there. I do feel like it was kind of a filler episode, but it was a positive one that introduced new storylines, so I'm okay with that. I'm fine with these kind of filler episodes. I don't like the ones where they just throw like edit room footage at us because they gotta kill 12 episodes. You know what I mean? Like 12 weeks of content. So I'm not okay with those, but this one I was okay with because it was positive, and it was also, we introduced new storylines and new characters. Hey Marlo, I hope you stay on. And I liked it. Like I said before, I really like the women just being positive and having a good time. I do feel like the drama on a lot of these housewife shows are a bit excessive. I know you got to take the good, you take the bad, and there you go, and there you have the facts of life. Don't know why I just did that. But anyway, I just feel like it's good to have a healthy balance and a mixture. Sometimes it gets to be a bit too much. So this was nice to see the women play nice this week. Even if they were a little catty, it wasn't as brutal as it normally is, because next week, honey, they gonna turn it up. Bob strips for Sheree. Why? Like, this is another storyline I don't believe. It's so forced. I'm sick of them two together. Move on. And my favorite couple, Portia and Todd. It seems like they're having some issues. I'm not okay with that because I love this couple and I want it to work. I want them to go the distance. Do you know how beautiful their children are going to be? They need to bless the world with those kids. Make it work, Portia. Make it work. And then they have this shot of Kenya saying something really positive that I was like clapping for to the children of Flint. I mean, like, she's doing good for other people. Hell is freezing over. Then the ladies fight over another brunch. I don't know what kind of chicks these are, but let me tell you something. I will never in my life fight over a brunch, fight over any kind of free meal, walk away from it without at least getting a doggy bag or something. They are always having a fight and not finishing a meal or even starting. Not I. Fight with me at a furniture store. Don't fight with me at any place where there's food and it's on somebody else's dime. Please. They crazy.